Hello everybody, Papa John, filming from wild and windy Bristol. Those of you not in the UK, we're expecting Storm Eunice today. Forecast for gales up to 80, 90, 100 miles an hour. Everybody's being told to stay indoors, stop doing what you're doing, and it's all a bit ridiculous really. It's a bit windy. Sure, you don't want to go out and do anything ridiculous like fly a kite or such like, but there's no need to stop your life just because there's a bit of weather. I grew up in the north of Scotland in a fishing village, and 80-90 mile winds were commonplace, and also grew up in Canada as a child with snowstorms with snowdrift 10-20 feet deep, so a bit of wind doesn't really frighten me. In fact, it makes me wonder why people are being told to stay indoors again. Okay, sure, you've got to be careful, but with a bit of prior preparation and planning, appropriate care being taken, you can go out and enjoy the weather. I actually find this invigorating. I actually stood in a bit of shelter from the wind. If I was in the next field across, you'd hear the wind whipping through the electricity wires, and over there you can see is a telecoms mast. I just stood by it watching it swaying in the wind. As I said, just be careful, don't do things daft in weather like this and you'll be fine. There's no need to stop your life. And Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is a bit like that. Fortune favours the brave, and so does Bitcoin. I first heard about Bitcoin, well actually I was warned not to go anywhere near Bitcoin. I was studying stocks and shares and how to earn some extra cash, and so say advisor said, oh, don't go near Bitcoin, that's very dangerous. So of course that's the next place I went. What's all this Bitcoin about? And I got the Bitcoin bug, and here we are 5 years later. Hasn't been easy, been turmoil, volatility, ups and downs, learnt a lot. But it makes you question, why did that person say don't go anywhere near Bitcoin? And there's a lot like mainstream media. There's ulterior motive to their message. What's in it for them? Okay. He obviously didn't want me to go into Bitcoin because it would take attention away from stocks and shares. And these days you can see in news, some news anyway, money coming out of traditional finance by institutions being poured into the cryptocurrency sphere, decentralized finance, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, the whole shebang. Banks are terrified at the moment, they're losing their future. Governments are bending to the will of the banks and trying to regulate where they can, but sometimes seeing the other side of the fence and deciding that actually Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is the way to go. Apparently Ukraine made moves towards legalizing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Russia, of course El Salvador made it a legal tender. Lots of countries around the world are opening up to Bitcoin as they see it's the future of finance. Just make your plans, preparations before you do anything in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Like today I'm wearing my waterproof coat, got my welly boots on, you can't see, and my waterproof trousers. Didn't wear my hat today because it could probably get blown off if we walked around the corner. But you can take that into your investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as well if you decide to go that way. Do your own research. Look before you leave. Test the waters even. Have notice of the naysayers. Don't let it affect your outlook too much. There's generally a reason behind their message. It's generally self-serving. Mainstream media is a typical example of that these days. They'll tell you the message that they're being paid to portray, convey, and to a certain extent the media in the cryptocurrency world is similar. Over the last 5 years I've focused on finding truthful and trustworthy sources of information, particularly YouTubers. Find the independent ones who aren't being sponsored, In the main, most YouTubers will put their hands up and be open and forthcoming and tell you that they're being sponsored in a particular segment or whatever. Some won't, but the message will be obvious. So find trusted and truthful sources of information. If you're reading an article or looking at stats or data, always dive deep into it and see where it's coming from. I was recently presented with a chart trying to depict a picture, and I looked at the small print, and the data was 2 years old, and they're trying to convey a picture in the current climate. Well, hold on a minute, you're misrepresenting the truth. The story you're trying to convey is based on data 2 years ago, and the data points are all different these days. So have a think on any information that you look at. Try find the truth in the matter and make your plans. Prepare, expect the worst and prepare for it, and you're ready if it comes, but look forward to the good times. Investing is aimed at making money, so set your stop losses if you're trading, decide on your entry and exit plan, where you're going to store your funds, you're going to use it for passive income, that sort of thing. Just don't listen to everybody and everyone when they come out with horror stories, scare stories, try to frighten you into doing this, that, or not doing this and that. Make your own plans. Fortune favours the brave. The world wouldn't be where it was if we all stayed indoors and it would get a bit windy, a bit snowy. I think all the explorers through the centuries found distant lands. They didn't turn back when the going got rough. They relished the challenges and they reaped the rewards. So that's my lesson for the day. From blustery Bristol. Don't know whether we're going to get 70, 80, 90 mile an hour winds, but I've been out and enjoyed the weather. Bit of rain on the screen here, but hopefully you've got the message. Today's going to be a good day. See you soon. Bye.